Great morning, business owners and managers, and welcome to another awesome episode of CX in the Morning, Customer Experience in the Morning. I am your gracious host, Wes Walters, and on every single CX in the Morning, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and I leave you with gems. And by gems, I mean actionable takeaways that you can implement at the speed of now. Immediately after this broadcast, you will be able to take what you've learned, applying it to your team and your business, making your team and your business better. If you implement what you've learned, you will learn the importance of enhancing the customer experience and again, how that affects the bottom line. And that by itself is pretty awesome. Who doesn't want to be awesome? That's why this is awesome television. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend, Hans? How was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Got some rest? Happy Black History Month, by the way. This is the first day of Black History Month. And we're going to be, this show is actually to kick off Black History Month. This show is tailored towards the Black business owners. So I did a survey. I conducted a survey, and I wanted to see what were the actually I said 10, biggest complaints that consumers that you have for when doing business with Black businesses. So I did the survey, did it from December into January, right around when people were spending a lot of money for Christmas, and we got back the results. And there were 3 that were insignificant. So I boiled it down to 7 instead of 10. And if you're a Black business owner, and so we have 2 surveys, and we're going to cover both in Black History Month. So the first is what consumers feel the problems are or they experience when dealing with the Black business. And then on the next show, maybe on Friday, we're going to do what Black consumers can do better when supporting Black businesses. So these are the 7 top complaints from Black business owners. I didn't restrict it just to Black business owners. To Black, when I sent out the survey, it wasn't just to Black. I sent it out to everyone in my tribe. Most were Black, but all were not Black. And these are the 7 most common complaints. These are the top 7 complaints that from the survey, it says that we have when doing business with Black businesses. So number 1 on the list is consistent business hours. Consistent business hours. Meaning your store says you're about to open at 10 and it's 10:15 and you're not open. So give you a story. I mean, some of you who watched my show before know this story, but for the new ones, so around Christmas, there are gift wrapping businesses that pop up. Just like around tax time, this building might be vacant, and around tax time, February, March, April, someone might just put a quick tax service just to make some money around the tax season. So some tax businesses, unless you're a CPA, are seasonal, so they just pop up around tax time. So same thing in Atlanta. I'm not sure how it's like in your city, but in Atlanta, there are gift wrapping businesses that pop up around the holidays, right? So I had just purchased a gift, I think, for my daughter, and I Googled, I'm not wrapping this, because it was one of those boxes. It wasn't a square box. It was a box that had, all type of different shapes on it, right? So I'm like, okay, I need this wrapped by a professional. I don't have the time or the mental capacity to wrap this gift. So I pulled out my little handy dandy phone and I Googled, gift wrapping stores. And, to my surprise, there was one literally like 3 miles away. Looked at my phone, says 10 o'clock. To my surprise, it was 9:59, 9:55 or something like that, right? So I just typed in the GPS, drove to the business, got there at 10, got out my car. Now, again, this is a Christmas, so it's cold. So I got to the door. It was 10 o'clock, and I pulled on the door, and the door was locked. So I'm not tripping yet. I'm like, all right, cool. I said probably it's a small business owner, and it's a one-man show. So meaning she's probably in the back wrapping gifts. So again, no error so far. I'm not upset yet because I really want women to be safe. And if you feel that because you're there alone, you have to keep the doors locked until around noontime when business is flowing more rapidly, then I am all in support of women being safe. So I'm not upset because in my mind, the door is locked for safety reasons where, it's early 10 o'clock, around 12 to 4, when there's a lot of foot traffic, the door does not remain locked. I'm here early. That's why it's locked. No problem, right? So after standing, so I knocked. I'm like, okay, it's only a matter of time until one, she sees me on the security camera, comes out, or she hears the knocking. So I'm not tripping yet. So it's about 10:05 now. So I'm like, okay, looking in, like, is anybody in there, right? And nobody came out yet. So what I did, I pulled out my handy dandy phone, and there was a number on the door. So I called. I'm like, hey, hello? No. So this is how it happens. So I called. The person answering the phone she said, hello? She said, hello? I was like, yes, good morning. Are you in the back? Her response was, oh my goodness, are you there? Oh my goodness. True story. Her response was, am I there? Like, what do you mean if I'm there? It's 10 to 15 now, right? Of course I'm here, right? So I'm mad, and she's like, don't worry. I live right up the street. Oh my God, I didn't expect you to be there. So she's telling me her store opens at 10. On Google, it says her store opens at 10. On her door, it says opened at 10. But as a customer, she didn't expect me to be there at 10. I can't make this stuff up. So she's like, oh, I live close. No problem. I'll be there. So about 3 minutes later, I see a Suzuki Samurai. Suzuki Samurai lowered to the floor, coming in, bouncing. And the driver pulls up, her door swings out, and she comes out in a robe, flip-flops with socks. In the South, I don't know why you want to wear flip-flop with socks, but in the South, it's like in case you get cold, in case you get hot. So you got flip-flops, you could just, let your toes breathe. But if you get cold, you have the socks on. So it's something that I never could understand why you would wear flip-flop with socks. But she pulled out a robe, flip-flop with socks, and like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So need that to say is that she tuned in. I mean, she got in and she was late, and she was never apologetic. This is where she was never apologetic. She was just like, okay, business as usual. How you want this wrap? So again, I wanted to add that story as one of the questions, one of the biggest complaints that based on the survey, they say that they have with Black-owned businesses is inconsistent hours. So if you are a owner of a Black-owned business, please have consistent hours. Here's another story, and not even consistent hours, but if you have someone that's scheduled to open the store or the business at 10 a.m., you need to have someone on call as a backup so that it doesn't matter if it's snow, sleet, thunderstorm, family emergency, the store still opens at the opening time. There should never be a time where we didn't open in time because there was a family emergency. That screams small business. That screams this is a hobby. This is not a business. Have you ever been to Kroger or Publix or Winn-Dixie, if there's Winn-Dixie still in your city? Have you ever been to Riches? Have you been to a Macy's? Have you been to a J.C. Penney and they didn't open in time because there was a family emergency? Never. Have you ever been to a Best Buys or a Borders or a Starbucks? Everybody can relate to Starbucks. Have you ever been to a Starbucks and they didn't open on time because it was a family emergency? Have you lost your mind? No. So if you want to play with the big boys, you're going to have to do these simple, these are the rudimentary things. These are like the 7. There is nothing on, this is the thing. Of the 7 from the survey, there is nothing on the list that requires you to spend more money. Oh my God. So everything on here is free 99. Everything on the list. There was nothing on the list that says, you know, I would really like them to spend more money. No. Everything on the list talks about, now number 8 and number 9 came into about outdated technology, but those were not the consistent. The 7 were the consistent. Like 98% of the people who did the survey said these are the, it was like, it's almost like they were reading from the same script. I felt like I sent the email to one person because these 7 were so consistent in this order. In this order. So none of the things on this list cost money or requires money. You can implement these immediately after this broadcast. These gems are implementable at the speed of now. So another story, again, where I literally dropped off a laptop yesterday, not yesterday, a couple of weeks ago to get repaired. Spoke to the lady. The lady said, hey, come early. Come at 10 o'clock. I'm going to put you in first. Got there at 10 o'clock. They're not there. It's freezing. It's freezing. It's January. Freezing. Had to leave, circle back. I left at 10:15. Called. I went back home. I'm like, hey, look, well, you know, I called. You said to be there at 10. I got there at 10. I came back the following day. I'm like, are you guys going to be there at 10? Yeah, there was a family emergency. It screams small business. It screams, this is a hobby. It screams that I got a real business, a real job that pays me, and I do this as a hustle. Because you will never go to a Borders or a Barnes and Nobles or a Best Buys or you name it. You'll never go to a Fortune 500 company and they don't open on time because there was a family emergency. Have someone on call in case the person that's required to open the store doesn't show up. Even more, if your store opens at 10, the person opening the store should not be coming in at 10. They should be coming in at 8. Their in time is 8. So that way you have a 2-hour buffer in case a family emergency shows up. You can be like, hey, we got 2 hours to get someone else there to open the store. Make sense? All right, number 2 on the list of the 7 top complaints that we have for Black businesses are the dumbing down effect. What does that mean? You're like, Wes, what does that mean? So it means that because we're skin folk and we think we're kinfolk, the level of professionalism that the same greeting that you would give someone that doesn't look like me, the same greeting that you would give them, good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, sir, ma'am, mister. You dumb that down because we look alike, and you said, "What's up, bro? What's up, my man?" If this was, I don't know what, I don't play baseball, so I'm not sure what team this is. But if this was the New York Yankees, you're gonna be the greeting I get. "What's up, Brooklyn? How about them Yankees?" So the dumbing down effect, or these are some of the complaints. If you're a black business owner, please take note. Even though you might feel that, hey, we look alike, he's from New York, I'm from New York, there's some camaraderie here. No, that is a complaint that black business or black consumers don't like. It would behoove you to take steps and listen to this list and implement and make changes if you are demonstrating or exhibiting any of the things on this list. So do not implement the dumbing down effect, even if they're blue black like you. If they're purple, no dumbing down effect. The same intro that you give Mr. John Smith, who is lily white with blue eyes, is the same intro that you should give Tyrone or Ebony. Okay? So here's an example. Everybody likes examples. So I went to get my my teeth clean. I go to the dentist that I go to is Conyers Dentures and Implants here in Conyers, Georgia, and Dr. Gordon Fraser is the dentist and the owner. Right. So a little history. In my past life, my video production company produced the commercial for his practice. So I know Dr. Gordon Fraser personally, right? I know him so well that my company produced his commercial, his social media commercial. He had a campaign going. My company shot it. Actually, I went out and shot it, and my team edited it. So we produced his commercial. I go to the dentist's office, and you know the ladies at the front desk, they're like, "Hey, Wes, how you doing?" So they know me. They're like, "Hey, nice to see you again." Go back to where the service is being done. Dr. Fraser comes in and complete doctor mode. Complete. So he's giving me the script as he should. At first, I was like, man, I'm kind of like offended. Like, hey, doc, it's me. It's me. Like, yo, lighten up. No, he never wavered. He never wavered. He gave me the same respect as if I was a new client. He's like, you know, after when we outside of these four walls of this dentist practice, hey, yeah, Wes, what's going on? He might have even given me the fist pound. In these walls, I am your doctor, and you will get the doctor professional mode that you deserve. Mr. Hans, you're a painter. The individuals that hire you to repaint their homes, you are the doctor, you are the specialist. So even though that they know you and you guys go jet skiing together, no, when you're consulting with them, you're going to tell them why they should use a satin finish, why they should use an eggshell, the benefits of an eggshell, the benefits of a satin finish. You are the expert, and you should be totally in doctor mode. Anything else is the dumbing down effect. All right. Number 3 on the top 7 complaints that consumers have for black businesses is what I call audacious autonomy. Now, anyone who watches this broadcast know I truly believe you should be audacious. I'm all about being audacious. But audacious autonomy, what I mean by audacious autonomy is that oftentimes a lot of business owners, black business owners, they become entrepreneurs because it's from a place of frustration where they're like, you know what? I've been working at this job for so long, and I realize I'm smarter than the manager and I can do this myself. So a lot of entrepreneurs begin their entrepreneur journey because out of either something that didn't go right at their job, and they were kind of like, you know what? Emancipation, redemption, I'm going to do this myself. right? So now in that, being audacious is a great thing. The problem is when it goes overboard. Audacious autonomy means that the autonomy part is that I'm an island and I don't need nobody else. And this is the way it's done. And this is my business. And if you don't like it, you can get the heck on. That's where it becomes problematic. And this is number 3 on the list of 7 gripes, or the 7 top complaints of Black businesses, is that the business owner has this audacious autonomy. Then there's nothing wrong with being audacious. You have to be audacious. But the autonomy was that it's my way or the highway. Yes, you can do that, but it will affect your business. And based on the survey, these are one of the 7 things that your consumers are not happy with. So if you are exhibiting this behavior, please stop it. It will make your business better. It will make your customers happier. And the ones that you lost might possibly return. All right. If you're tuning in, we're talking about the top 7 complaints of Black businesses. And I sent out a survey in December and January. And these are the top 7 gripes that came back. So number 4 on the list, which kind of like it's connected to audacious autonomy, is being rude. Again, this is my business. You don't like it, you could have it. You can leave. That type of thing. Yeah. In my experience, I haven't encountered much big Black businesses that have been rude. Not to me. I don't know if it's a mirroring effect. You attract what you are. I don't know. But my experience with Black businesses, they're all top notch for the most part. Now, I could see how a cultural difference could be interpreted as rude. So, as Black people, we're not just, hey, what's going on, Papa Chew? We're talking about the 7 top complaints of Black businesses. So, like I was saying, in regards to Black people, we're broad. We have those in diaspora, foundational Black Americans. We have those from the continent. We have Blacks who were born and raised in Europe. So we are not just, you just can't just put Black people in one boat. So Black people, we have a vast amount of cultures, and I could see how cultural differences can be seen as rude. Now, so here's an example. So everyone goes to the Jamaican restaurants, right? So been to a Jamaican restaurant, and before I've seen this, literally my eyes are so funny, where it's the guy he was new. This was his first time. Like, he didn't know that he was new. So he was like, how much is the curry chicken? Can I get the curry chicken? Lady's like, we don't have no curry chicken. What do you want? He's like, the rice and beans. Like, what kind of beans are those? Are they kidney beans? Are they black eyed beans? And the lady was like, look, you know what you want? Move till you're ready. That's what she said. She said, you know what you want? Move till you're ready. Now, in the Queen's English, we know how that. We don't have that. Yeah. The lady was like, we don't have the oxtail. What do you want? She's like, the rice and beans. What kind of beans are they? She was like, not seeing that he was new. This was his first Jamaican restaurant. She was like, yo, move to the side and let me know when you're ready. Now, technically in the Queen's English, when you say move is a way of telling someone to get out the way in not such a friendly way. Like, move, snitch, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, move, snitch. So move is the word that you wouldn't, it's not warm and fuzzy. You would say, excuse me, or beg your pardon, or can you please stand to the side? But West Indians, this doesn't mean West Indians are subhuman or they're bad or they're rude. Saying move is common. Like move, like watch it, like move. So in the lady's defense, I'm sure she was not telling a paying customer to move because you're the worst thing since sliced bread, get out the way. No, in her haste to get the other customers served, who were obviously behind him, upset. They're like, "Yo, what do you mean you don't know what rice and peas is?" Because in the line is nothing but West Indians, right? And they're like, "Yo, what this dude doing? Doesn't know what rice and peas is." In her defense, she was just trying to expedite the line to get the others served. As a new person who didn't know, it was his first experience in a Jamaican restaurant, I could see how he could interpret that as rude. So I understand, and I felt both sides of the shelf, and I realized from the business owner's point of view, she could have been a little more patient and compassionate and educate him. Be like, look, okay, these are the type of beans we use. They're farmed in Montego Bay, and we know the farmer personally, and the farmer shipped the beans here to Miami, and then we truck it up from Miami to Atlanta, and that's the story about beans. So she could have used that opportunity to educate him, but in what she didn't do is she didn't do that, and she chose to she say, "Move, come out my line, let me serve other people." So again, this is what the result says about the survey, but I wanted to, just interject that, saying that a lot of it times where it's perceived as rules, it's cultural differences. All right. So number 5 on the list of the 7 top complaints. Again, this is connected to audacious autonomy as well. Number 5 is not being professional. And that could be connected to the dumb and down effect, number 2. Real simple. I don't want to elaborate on this, but a lot of the survey says a lot of people feel that Black businesses are not professional. Hey, Miss Naya Scorpio, Black Scorpios in the building. We're talking about the 7 top complaints of Black businesses. So again, not being professional. There's no need to elaborate on that. It's that simple. Number 6 on the list of the 7 top complaints of Black businesses, and this is the Black History Month special. So the number 6 is being not open to constructive criticism. I feel that a lot, for me, because I teach customer service. Whenever I see an area where a Black business can improve, I'm like, hey, can I speak to the manager? And I pull them aside and I'm like, hey, these are if you change this will really help. And, I just don't go up to them as some Joe Blow. I let them know, hey, I teach this. This is what I do for a living. I'm not asking you to purchase anything. This is just me as another Black person want you to do better. And if you change these 6mm adjustments will really help your business. McDonald's, not professional. We go back. Yeah, exactly. If McDonald's not professional, you go back. But if it's a Black-owned business, they're not professional. They don't go back. So, where I was going is that, again, a lot of Black businesses in our community gets real sensitive about reviews. Yeah, we do. But, mitigate that. Stop that before the negative reviews come in. And these are the things that you need to do so that you don't get negative reviews. Knowing that, some of your consumers want you to fail. Let's keep it honest. If you are serving most Black businesses, they are waiting for an opportunity to say, you see, that's why I don't support Black businesses. So you know what you're dealing with. More reason to over deliver and operate from a sense of excellence. So it's no surprise. You're like, oh, I didn't see that review coming. No, you know what you're dealing with. More reason to serve at a world-class level. More reason to over deliver. More reason to appease the customers like you've never done. Because you know that. It's not like if you are acting all surprised, like, oh my God, how did that happen? A negative review from a Black person? Most of your customers are like waiting for the opportunity to say, see, that's the reason why I don't support Black businesses. You know that. So why not over deliver? Some of us just need a real good risk management program. Yes. And you, my friend, and I are going to be creating it. So it's, again, when I've pulled a lot of business owners aside and say, hey, these are the things that you can improve on, most, not saying all. Somebody's going to jump in my inbox and like, well, you make general statements, all. I didn't say all. Most are not receptive. Even when I pull out my business card, I say, this is what I do. I'm not a Joe Blow. I teach customer service. They're like, who the heck are you? This is the way we've always done business. And that is a complaint. I thought it was a complaint for me, but no, others. Again, other business owners who care, other consumers who care about you being successful as a Black business owner, they see it as a problem as well. They're like, look, here I am giving you easy feedback and free feedback, and you're not willing to take it. Ladies and gentlemen, business owners, if you are a business owner and you have consumers that are willing to give you free feedback, embrace it, take it, soak it up, and implement. Because normally, people that are frustrated, we live in a politically correct, non-confrontational time right now. They will be upset with the service, not say anything, and simply just not come back. That's the default setting. They're like, you know what? Screw you. He's not going to be receptive. So I'm just not going to come back. I'm going to take my business elsewhere. So if you have a customer that's willing to say, hey, sir, can I tell you something? These are ways you can improve your business. Oh, you want to thank them. Give them a coupon to go home with. Thank you. Is there anything else that you notice? How else can we improve? So you want to embrace that. All right. So, all right, there are companies that make you pay for feedback. So free feedback is definitely valuable and honest. And you know it's authentic because this person had the option of walking out the door and saying, you can go to hell. And they're like, you know what? Let me stop and give this feedback. You know, it's honest. And like Mr. Jason said, companies pay for feedback. Here you are getting free intel, free data on ways you can improve, and you have a chip on your shoulder. You're like, nah, we're good. All right. So number 7 on the top 7 complaints that individuals have about Black businesses. This is the Black History Month edition of CX in the Morning. Number 7 is no sense of urgency. Just take in your sweet old time, and we have the best blank, fill in the blank, so we can get it to you whenever we feel like it. We said it was going to ship out on Monday, but it might ship out on Friday. And we ain't going to give you tracking. Just get there. Just trust us. It's on its way. It's in the mail. No tracking. Or, you know, no sense of urgency. People just strolling around, serving you on their phone, talking while serving you. You know, no sense of urgency. So those are the 7 top complaints based on the survey that I sent out that consumers have about when doing business with a Black-owned business. Now, and with all defense, with all things being fair, on Friday, we're going to have the top 7 things that consumers can do when doing business with Black businesses, or 7 things that they should be aware of when doing business with a Black business. So it's not all Black businesses. And again, I teach customer service. So by no way, shape, or form am I making excuses for businesses for bad customer service. Of course not. I would never do that, because if you're having a problem with constructing a great, awesome customer experience, they can simply hire me. So I am not in any way making excuses for that, because they can simply go to workwithwes.com and my team and myself will help them construct an awesome customer experience. So not making excuses at all. But what I am saying is these are the top 7. And like I said, these top 7 cost you nothing. Nothing on here says, well, you need new equipment. No, these 7 are free 99, my favorite price. Free 99. So you can implement these, and it costs you nothing, but it costs you everything. It might cost you everything if you don't implement these. Implementing them costs you nothing. Not implementing them could cost you everything. Could cost you your business. Could cause you to close your doors. So I wanted to kick off Black History Month like this because I'm a Black business owner. A lot of my friends and people in my circle of influence are Black business owners. And I truly want us to not just make it, but thrive, like thrive. And we're not doing that bad. We just have 6mm adjustments that need to be made. 6mm adjustments. But even if it's a millimeter, if we are a millimeter off, we will continue to spread into infinity. If you're just a millimeter off, do you realize if I am 1 degree off, 1mm degree off, these two lines will never meet? I mean, if that makes sense. If you're 1 millimeter off, you're here, I'm here, 1 degree off, these lines will never meet. So if you're 6 millimeters off in the wrong direction, you're heading in the wrong direction. And I want you to be heading in the right direction. So that's what I want for you. I want you to be successful. I want you to thrive. And if you are experiencing, or if you have seen yourself in any of these 7, then please make the adjustment immediately. All right. This concludes this Black History Month edition of CX in the Morning. My name is Wes Walters. I am here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for CX in the Morning. And Mr. Jason, yeah, we are going to work on that class for sure. I am here every single morning on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for CX in the Morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. If you are a business owner or a manager, or know any business owners or managers, this is where they want to be. Or send this replay, share this with them, let them know this is where they want to be every Sunday, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. And if you're watching the replay, just type replay. Also, please go to, where is it? Follow us on YouTube at Wes Walters. Subscribe to the channel of Wes Walters on YouTube. If you're watching this right now, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All right, well, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have a guest. It's going to be Miss Natasha Davis, and she's coming to share some gems with us from her new book. So see you guys bright and early at 8 a.m. with Miss Natasha Davis. Peace.